Could you tell me about a time in your career where you learned the value of that lesson that you just pointed out?
First time that I was project manager, I thought that, okay, now it's important to just get an overview of everything that needs to be done, right? I wanted to do a good job. I created that list. Okay, this is everything we need to do. Then I sat down with the team. I was like, okay, this is probably what we need to do. And everyone was like, no, 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 it was just words on a list, right? But then we kind of threw that apart. We started drawing on a table instead. And okay, what is it that we need to do? And then everyone chimed in and we worked together on creating that list. So, okay, this is what we need to do. And this is the order of it. And this is probably the priority. And then I noticed that it was a big change, right? Everyone had ownership. Everyone knew then what we were going to do. And we were more like a team.
Yeah, I feel like the least effective product people or leaders see like you could compare them to just a waiter. Like they're just taking the orders and then they make a Gantt chart and then they're like, cool, it's easy. Like customer said this. When do you guys think we could integrate this into the product? And then everyone's like, wait, what? Like you didn't
Mm.
like how did you just you didn't like there was no synthesis between what came out of like the stakeholder's mouth to what made it onto your Gantt chart. All
Yeah,
they're doing is just transcribing the stakeholder needs and then turning it into some roadmap.
I think that's spot on. And then you only get a mediocre product, right? Because the value, it's when the magic happens is that when everyone in the project chimes in, it becomes an even better product. And I think also from a leadership perspective, as a leader, you're mainly the facilitator, right? The magic is when you get the team to define and when you get kind of input from other sources and when you kind of, I feel like that's when the magic happens. When I see how an idea or kind of starts, and then when the magic of the cross-functional team kind of helps define what that product should be, that's when you get a really awesome product. And it's not from that initial list from somewhere, right?
I worked with AJ and Smart to get training on facilitation. And one of the big things about being a really good facilitator is that don't try to be the hero, be the guide, right? And that's actually like what a good
Mm,
leader is you don't hire a leader because they're the best at engineering or business strategy. You hire a leader because they know where to go, and that's what makes them a leader. Everyone
yeah,
else doesn't know where to go. And so you go into a meeting and you just say, "Okay, here's some signal I've heard. What do you guys think the opportunity is here?" And then you kind of start from there, and that's harder. You have to abstracting the problem, but then you're involving a lot more brain power to help frame what the actual problem is and then moving into solutioning.
yeah. And then the outcome becomes so much better. And I think it's spot on what you said. It's not leadership is not about being best. It's about bringing out the best in everyone else and facilitating that magic happen and making sure take the back seat, right? If things are evolving and going really well, make sure that the people that are doing it is also fronting what they do, right? Presenting it and owning it also externally. I think that also helps with the pride, and it's multiple things happen then, right? Because one thing is that the people that have developed the product both can represent it externally and be proud of what they've done. But the message is also better, right? Because it's more authentic when it reaches the customers or internal sales or whoever it is, because they hear it from the source. They hear it from the people that have made it, that have that passion and know why they made all the decisions that they have made.
Yeah, and there's like, a quote about sales is that if you don't believe in the product, the thing that you're selling, you're gonna have a hard time selling it. But like when everyone just believes that, hey, this is the thing, like you could put an engineer in a sales call and they could sell the product too.
Yeah. And I feel it's magic, like when we have, for instance, our, audio lead. both demoing internally, but also to customers and at events, like how we do audio and talking about our algorithms and talking about how kind of our human auditorial system works and compare it to kind of what we do with our audio algorithms and our audio technology. And it's magic, right? Because you both hear from someone that is so knowledgeable, but also someone that has so much passion in what they do. And it becomes really, really, it it builds trust, but it also builds a deep understanding of our products and what we do.